So taking a step back, number 5, and today I want to talk about growing up. Specifically, well, there's a lot of things that we can talk about when it comes to growing up, but for today I want to talk about the process of letting things go as we grow up. As we grow up, I don't think it's an overstatement to say that we come to a point where we have to make a decision whether we need to let something go. Actually, sometimes it's not even in our control, but there are cases where we have to make the conscious decision, and those things could be, beliefs, opinions, it could be hobbies, or sometimes even people, right? And I want to talk about how to rationalize, I guess, letting these aspects of you go, because that's a difficult thing to confront, right? For the first part of the video, I want to talk more about, I guess, mostly things we let go that are not people, and in the latter half we can transition into letting go of, I guess, people. And I'm just separating it because I think the way I view human relationships are kind of some people could see it as cruel, but I guess later on as I explain things, it might make more sense. So first, let's talk about everything that's not people. The best example I can have is hobbies, right? And I think this is something that a lot of people our age must have went through because hobbies are usually something that we've developed over our whole life, right? And from the people I've talked to, when we come to college, a lot of people drop their hobbies because they just don't have time to pursue them, because they're just focused on other things like studying, right? Because it is of higher priority to them. And the pattern is similar, or I assume the pattern is similar between people. And to generalize it, it is that they're giving up something for the sake of focusing on something else. It's not that that hobby has become dull to them, or that it's run its course and you've done everything you've wanted to accomplish in that field, so you're leaving it and, I don't know, doing something else. It's not that, right? It's that you prioritize something else over it, so you need more time to focus on something else. That's why you're dropping or letting go of whatever that hobby may have been. And I don't think it's a problem to drop things for the sake of focusing on something else. I think that's a completely rational and justifiable decision. I think the problem comes when that one thing you're focused on doesn't really bring meaning into your life. For example, if you came to college and you've dropped every single interest / hobby that you've had to just focus on studying and getting good grades, it's fine if just the process of, I guess, being in academia is meaningful enough to bring you happiness in life, right? That's completely fine if that's who you are. But in most cases, I don't think that is the case, right? In most cases, we like to find meaning outside of academia, in our hobbies, in our passion. And the fact that we are dropping our interest for academia is disheartening. Because, I don't know, because hobbies just, or whatever it may be, it doesn't have to be hobbies, but there are other things outside of just school that just has so much potential to have meaning in your life. If you really had a passion for producing music, and producing music made you happy, and you've had to stop when you came to college to focus on studying, and studying doesn't make you happy, then, do the math. Your net happiness is negative now, or 0. However, I don't think this means that you should be afraid of letting things go. It's just that your rationale and how you follow up after you let things go, how you adapt to the new environment, I think that's what's important. My philosophy about letting things go is basically can be summarized in one sentence, is that if that something has served its purpose in my life, then I am fine with letting go of it. And it's mostly because when I let go of something, I don't think of it as, okay, I need to cut this out so I can focus my time on other things. I think of it as, okay, I've done everything I wanted to do in pursuit of this, or with this, whatever this is. I've done everything I wanted to do, so now this can exit my life, and I'm fine with that. But this doesn't mean that now I'm gonna spend that time on the things I already have. It usually means that I want to find another thing that I want to do, right? I want to pursue other things. I want to learn more and get more out of life as much as I can given the time I have. But I think the more important message is that once you let something go, there's always going to be an opportunity to pick something new up. And I guess a personal example for me is not a lot of people in college, well, not a lot of my friends in college know this, but I used to play the clarinet I've played the clarinet for about 10 years, between third grade to the end of senior year of high school. And how do I phrase it without, I mean, basically I was pretty good. Like, to summarize, I was good enough to apply internationally and go to conferences and play with a bunch of international applicants together, me and my friends. So anyways, the point is, by the end of senior year of high school, I told myself that I wanted to stop playing the clarinet when I get to college. And the reason why I thought that was basically because playing the clarinet for me, in the 10 years that I played the clarinet, I've done everything I wanted to do concerning music. I wanted to learn how to play the clarinet, and I achieved that. Second, I wanted to meet and interact with other people who are passionate about playing music, and I achieved that. And third was I just wanted to see what it's like to be in a band, and I've achieved that. So for me, in the 10 years that I've spent playing the clarinet, I did everything and experienced everything that I wanted to do. So I was completely fine with saying, okay, the clarinet has served its purpose in my life, and now it's going to leave. and I remember having to talk to my parents about that decision, and I thought they were really going to be mad, but surprisingly they weren't, and surprisingly they agreed with my thought that if you think you've gotten everything out of something, well, everything you wanted to, then it's fine. Then it makes sense that you should move on and find other stuff that you want to do. And that decision, I didn't say that I wanted to stop playing the clarinet because I wanted to focus on studying while I was in college. I said that I wanted to stop playing the clarinet because it served its purpose, right? And now I just want to find something else and gain new experiences and learn more things. And to me, the same philosophy applies to social relationships. I think that everyone in your life has a purpose. They serve some purpose. That's why they are in your life, at least in the moment. For example, your friends have a purpose. You enjoy spending time together. So you do spend time together. You chill together, and it's an avenue for you to enjoy life, right? Teachers have a purpose. Their purpose is to teach. Let's say your lab mate. The purpose of your lab mate is to be your lab mate. And you run experiments together. Stuff like that. It's very, and I'm trying to phrase it well. And once people have served their purpose, I really don't have a problem with them being out of my life. That doesn't mean like I hang out once with a friend and now that he's brought a small portion of happiness into my life by us chilling together, that he's no longer my friend. That's not the case, right? For like people like friends and family, purpose isn't a binary thing where it's either they have achieved it or they didn't achieve it. It's kind of like a continuous thing where I want to maintain that relationship I have. But for other people, such as, let's say, a lab mate, you know, our purpose is to run an experiment together and maybe do a presentation. You know, once we've done that, I have no reason to interact with that person ever again. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid interacting with them. I mean, if the occasion comes, we could become friends, or, you know, say hi as we pass by in the hallway. But I don't have a reason to go further of developing our relationship past being lab mates, and that's why I am fine with them leaving. In a way, it sounds like I'm almost objectifying people or simplifying them, reducing them to having a purpose. But I mean, I guess that is a valid criticism, but I don't see anything wrong with doing that. And I think the same goes for okay. I was gonna say the same thing goes for, like, you know, romantic relationships as well, but I feel like that could be a whole nother video, so we'll save that. We'll save that topic for now. Thing is, things have a purpose. That's basically what I want to say. And whether that thing is a hobby or a human being, just be aware of what that purpose is, right? And once you're aware of that, then I don't know. I feel like letting things go should be a breeze. As long as you can justify it and rationalize why you've had to make that decision, then it really shouldn't, or at least it should help with coping with whatever loss you may have felt before. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a very good person about talking. I'm not a very good person to talk to about loss or, you know, sympathetic kind of things, just because I'm more of I like to logic things out. I like to distance myself from emotion as much as I can when it comes to making a decision. But hopefully what I said today hopefully it helps a little bit. I guess the takeaway is, remember that once you let something go, you can always pick something new up. Remember that you shouldn't constrain yourself. And that's going back to the way people think about letting things go. You know, if something brings substantial meaning into your life, don't let it go for the sake of prioritizing something else, especially if that something else doesn't bring as much meaning into your life. You know, the example I gave was of, if you had a real passion for producing music, don't give that up for just studying. If studying doesn't make you happy, you know, find ways to make time to produce music. Because, you know, living life like that, I'm assuming as a person who doesn't enjoy studying, living life just studying, it's a horrible way to live, right? It's dull, and it'll feel like you're stagnating, which is definitely not something you want to feel at this age. So when a door opens, or when you close a door, look for another door to open, simply put. And I guess to add on to that is to encourage people around you to find those doors, you know, because everyone has different interests and passion. And I feel that if everyone is pursuing whatever their interests are, it's a great experience for everyone around them too, because they get to learn from each other, right? You know, if I have a passion for, say, cryptocurrency, but I know nothing about raising spiders or snakes, and I want to learn about that, because it's a world that I wouldn't explore. That sounds off. It's a world that, because I'm exploring other things, it's a world that I wouldn't be exploring, at least in the near future. But I still want to learn about what their experiences are like and what the lessons they've learned from pursuing that. So yeah, all in all, be aware of things' purposes, always. All right, anyways, always thank you for watching. Especially on this video, I feel like I may have ruffled some feathers, but let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe. Also, please tell your friends if you enjoyed the video and you want to talk about things like this with them. That was a very not confident self-plug. But alright, I'll see you next video, and thank you for your support as always.
I got clouds on my feet, the way around with the beat. 내 기분처럼 올라가는 나가 버치 더 뜨기 전에 미리 찍어도 Show me 열기는 결국 식어도 주고 내 스튜디오에서 우린